Greetings, fellow space nerds, humans of Earth, and beyond. I'm Cornelius, back again with another Starfield shipbuilding video. Today, I've got build number 158, Parthenon, a Freestar Navy heavy frigate. The shocking revelation that the war criminal Vae Victis is actually alive and well in a posh UC bunker has sent shockwaves through the governments of the settled systems. For the Freestar Collective, this was the final straw. Parthenon, first in her class, will serve as the Freestar Navy's flagship for their brand new Shadow Fleet. The Shadow Fleet, once complete, will serve as the Freestar Collective's quick reaction force, seeing as the United Colonies can no longer be trusted. Fellow captains, I bring you yet another figment of my imagination. I definitely channeled some Expanse vibes with this one, and I always felt that Vanilla Starfield kind of gypped out the Freestar Collective when it comes to their navy, or really just their militia, in comparison to the UC Navy. Like, we were led to believe that they fought a couple wars and kind of had some stalemates, but Freestar Collective doesn't have a proper navy anymore? I don't know. I'll build ships for them. Anyway, let's check her out. Yeah, I like this one. I like it a lot. I tried filming this portion of the guide over on Aquila with Aquila City and the rock in the background, but there's too many animals on Aquila. There's too many things that the game has to load in, and we were getting big stutters, and it was not, let's say it was not movie quality. Anyways, here's my ship, and here's its engines, and I hope you think they look as cool as I do, because it's probably my favorite part of this bird. And of course, this is all made possible by the Cross Heavy Industries mod. Super awesome just to be able to rotate things. And now look at all these new options. The first few iterations of this build only had 4 engines back there, and well, it looked good. I think 8's where it's at. I really love how this profile came out. I didn't have really any direction going into the builder when I started this one. I just sort of let parts flip and flop together until something started to look halfway decent, and then I went from there. Of course, here on the belly we've got our main sensor suite, along with our 3 Badtech repeater cannons. And now, beam me up, Scotty. It's time for an interior. So we enter into an Alitech 2x1 Docker hab. Got some suits in here. Had to use the Freestar Ranger spacesuits since can't really find a Freestar militia or Navy actual spacesuit. Here's our medbay. This is of course Stroud Premium 1x1 that I added my touch to. Decent amount of extra stuff. These little robotic arms are pretty fun to try and integrate. And continuing forward through this 2x1 Docker hab, we have a little decontamination station, kind of in addition to the medbay. And of course, the final part of this one is the storage room slash workroom. Alitech really fantastic habs. Here's our main emergency ladder, access to both the bay and the docker, as well as crew quarters. And here's our main stairwell. This is a 3x1 Motilaja. That little area is just a little tech room, server area. Decorating out these stairwells is always a fun challenge. Around here on the other side, we have our laundry. Continuing forward, here's our captain's quarters. This is Falkland Systems 2x1 captain quarters. That mod is due for an update quite soon, actually. Looking forward to that. But of course, I added some stuff and things here that I think Captain would appreciate. Heading aft now, we'll go downstairs. This is the primary workroom and armory. Workshop, workroom, same thing. Got a weapons bench, we've got a suit bench, we've got our industrial fabricators right there, and here is the armory. I haven't done a larger armory in quite a while, I think, so it was fun to sort of get back to my roots on this one. I do wish the game was optimized a little bit better for larger builds, because I do really enjoy fleshing out the larger ships, just because you have so much more space. And moving rearward here, this is a 1x1 Owltech Docker Hab. Some more chutes. This is where our Docker attaches, down here at the bottom. And that goes through the other Docker Hab and into crew quarters, which is, I believe, where we'll head now. And up here on the top floor of the staircase, I've added an additional full restroom. You'll see why here just in a second. Tight but serviceable. And here is the primary crew quarters. This is Stroud Premium. Both of these habs are. This is the 2x2 all-in-one. And this is the 2x1 crew quarters. So this is like a crew bunk setup, but I think there's like close to 20 bunks in here. So this is where all of the crew will lay their heads. But there is only one bathroom in here for all of these people, so it's the main reason why I added that extra bathroom out in the hallway. You'll see as we head over into the other side of, whoops, jetpack to the rescue. But as we head over here into the Stroud Premium 2x2, there's another restroom right there as well. Plenty of room in this hab. Had a fun time customizing it. I turned this back area of the hab into as much living space as possible, as well as this back corner as just an additional storage area. So a couple more fridges, more consumables. And we're back to our staircase. Got more storage around here. We can also see our first Matilija shield generator. I really love the look of putting those internally so we can have some internal windows. Here's our second shield generator. Continuing forward, this is a Stroud Premium 3x1 control center that I added a decent amount of stuff to. And here's the bridge. This is the rear entry Kontiki from the Varun Zev mod. Added some extra nav screens, extra consoles, good amount of Freestar Collective swag. And here's our cockpit area. Of course, you know I had to put some cockpit shotties in there. Pretty nice view. That's an interior. Hope you guys liked it. Let's give her a build. As always, we begin with my current mod list and load order. If there's a green check next to the mod, that means it is active in my load order. And if there's a thumbs up, you need it for this build. I forgot to thumbs up the Varun Zev mod, so my apologies, but if you want to use this particular bridge, you'll need to run that. Or TIG, Tiger Shipyards, does have a version of this bridge that is rear entry as well. Parts list on the larger side for sure, but this is a larger build, so it is what it is. The only place you're going to have to go outside of the shipbuilder is going to be the Falkland Systems showcase in New Atlantis if you want to use the Falkland HAB that I did. Of course, HABs are always up to the end user, so however you want the inside of your ship to be, it's totally up to you. And it's awesome. Step 1. Walkable spaces. This is, of course, our habs, our bridge, our bay, and the docker. You could definitely rework this Docker situation into, well, so that your bay and your Docker enter into the same Owltech 2x1 if you wanted to eliminate at least one ladder. Of course, totally up to you. Step 2. The bow. Now, this group of Antares parts are attaching to that Gillibrand spacer that we attached here a couple of steps ago. Now here's our first CHI part. This whole dorsal section, of course, is at the 90 degree. Now, when it comes to attaching these, unfortunately, you are going to have, well, maybe you won't, but if you have a lot of patience, you'll be fine. But because of the increased amount of attachment points for the CHI parts, trying to get them to line up where you want them to isn't necessarily as easy as one might like. So eventually, I'm playing around with it here. Where this is supposed to sit is essentially right on top of that top row of habs without clipping into them. So eventually I get it, but if you line yours up and it's just a touch higher, that really doesn't matter, I don't think. But bear with me as I struggle bus here, but I'll eventually get it where it needs to go. Just like that. All right. Step 3, just working our way towards the stern. I did leave this one little section intact because it is mirrored on the other side, and it's a pretty simple attachment here. Just make sure this Gillibrand spacer, that one, is attached where I attached mine. If you want the Deimos spines out here to line up, of course. Now, once you get those first CHI parts lined up and aligned properly, attaching this whole row as we move rearward should be easier. Step 5. This is our forward underslung trio of bad tech deck guns. I just love the way that the bad tech stuff looks. That mod author really did a great job putting the touches on the bits and parts and such. Step 5. We're gonna do some work here on the belly of the beast, moving towards the stern. I left one of these sides intact because they do mirror each other. So we're gonna build out this starboard side and then just copy and paste over to the port side. And here is where we build out those interior shield generator rooms, the little windows. I kind of go out of my way to try to make these interior windows work. I just think it's such a cool aspect of shipbuilding. Step 6. We are just continuing towards the stern with more structural and armor pieces. This is also where we've got our reactor, our grav drive, and our engine. Like this. Step 7, making our way to the dorsal side of the ship. This is going to be our main fuel storage, as well as some more armor. Now, just like with the previous step, I left one of these armor sheets intact because either of these sides do just mirror each other. So build one of these out and then just flip it, and then you can attach it to the opposite side. Trying to figure out this merge was pretty fun, but you're going to use these 3 Gillibrand spacers just as I have them here, combined with these HopeTech risers. I'm attaching them to the attachment point right there in the middle between the 2 plates, and I think this merge came out really sweet, which you'll see here towards the end of this step with the pop-out missile launchers. Now, I am not exactly sure what attachment point this set of Stroud parts are actually attaching to, but right there is where I think the merge looks best, with the pop-out missile launchers, and then of course this center line CHI part. And here's Search Radome. You've seen me build these out a couple times. Just have to use the mini block. I prefer the one from Tiger Shipyards, but you might be able to get away with the one in the Avon Tech mod as well. Step 8, this is setting up our engine mounts. This is actually where I started this build, is with these medium TIG blocks, and then just trying to figure out an engine arrangement from there. Now, our primary attachment point for this set of TIG medium blocks is going to be the engine right there. So that's just so we keep everything lined up. Now, all the rest of these, multiple structural or decorative shields and the Hope Tech caps were all kind of attached where they're attached to try to hide the square of all of these blocks, since the ship overall has a bit more of a bit more rounded or organic vibe to it. You'll see in the finished product whether it works or not, but I think it does. The last and final step, 9, our engine nacelles. Now, as you complete each of these nacelles and attach them, the builder might slow down a little bit. Now, flying the ship around, no issues at all. I haven't had any crashing or anything like that while actually flying the ship. I didn't have any crashing in the shipbuilder either, but just because of the large number of attachment points on the ship, moving parts around once we get here to completion does slow down a bit. Now, all of these engine setups are primarily attaching to the those highlighted boxes on the outside, and the main piece that's attaching is this CHI Stroud cowling. And so once you assemble one of these engines, as you can tell, all of these parts are going to have the same degree number. I think it's this one is either 330 and 150 for this top corner. So basically just get them rotated and then go ahead and start assembling. Just bear with me here for a little bit. I forgot the proper fitment for this one section here, and it takes me a little bit longer to figure it out than I'd like to admit, but just bear with me a sec. Wasn't until right here when I realized that I was trying to put him too far out. Hey, we all make mistakes, right? Anyways, we're back on track now. Maybe just a touch more patience here as we attach our nacelles and make sure that we get the proper attachment point where it needs to be. And with that, you have now completed the Freestar Navy heavy frigate Parthenon. This was definitely a fun one for me, and flying her around the settled systems is a hell of a good time. Let's take her on a quick combat tour. If you made it this far, hell yeah. I appreciate you very much. As we speak, or as I speak, it is Black Friday here in the States. I hope everyone had a good Turkey Day, filled with better food and even better people. I hope you guys like this one. Definitely channeling some Expanse vibes, which is always a good thing in my book, and maybe some kind of organic vibes too. I can't really place it, but it's there. I've got still got several ships I got to get posted up before I can hit the Unity and reset my game, which unfortunately is getting more and more important since I have a good amount of save bloat going on. But those ships in question are pretty dang sweet. Of course, that's all my opinion, but this is my channel, so the whole thing is my opinion. But stay tuned for that. 159 is going to be pretty fun. 160 is definitely special, and many more to come after that. I'm Cornelius. You can find me in the Star Yard.